Hello everyone and welcome to a smash look at Precipice. Frazzz here as always, and this is where we take a first impressions look at new and upcoming titles. Today we get Precipice up on the, I don't want to say chopping block, but with this type of game it might be. Developed and published by LRD Games, which is Little Red Dog Games actually. Pretty cool. It is a 1 to 2 player diplomacy and war title based in the Atomic Age, and all the world leaders are realized as animals. But yes, it's going to be a very tactically, strategically based game, so if you like this sort of thing, probably going to love this. Now, without further ado, we're going to jump into the settings menu, just have a quick look. Not really much in the way of settings menu. You can bring that down and up if you want to. I love how it just starts the music in, that's pretty cool. But yeah, not really much. Again, at the time of recording, and this is a preview build, I was granted a key by the developers, so bear that in mind. But all the links will be down below if you want to keep up with updates and so on and so forth. You also have a medal cabinet when you have medals, which we don't have any. But you single player and multiplayer, we're going to go in single player and see what all the fuss is about. Okay. Right, tutorial. This tutorial to walk players through the rules of Precipice. After completion, all game modes will be unlocked. So we get win percentage versus AI, win percentage online, online rank, these are your player stats so far. Let's see, so West Germany 1989. What do we got here? Right, so you choose your side, United States of America or the lot for tutorial. Well, fine, I guess we're going this. Can't be the big bear. Alright, so welcome. You must defeat your rival, the USSR, by either reaching your victory target, 18 influence points first, or having more victory points at the game end of 50 turns. But be careful, if your domestic unrest level gets too high, your country will collapse and you'll be handing the game over to the Soviets. In this game, certain actions can prompt your rival to demand you take back your moves. If you refuse, you may find yourself in a standoff, and if nobody backs down from such a confrontation, a nuclear war could break out that results in a loss for both sides. Alright, influence points. So we got 5 and 5, and that's it. So, gotta get a lot of these. Domestic unrest meter, got this up here. Don't let it get too high. Very epic music going on. What is this? Why is this shiny? We gain influence by earning the loyalty of country groups such as NATO or the Arab League. If we have the complete loyalty of every country in a group, meaning every country in that group is coloured either light blue or deep blue, that is loud. That has gotten really loud. We are seen as presenting a united front and receive a greater influence score. If we have the loyalty of more than half the countries in the group, we are seen as having a majority and receive a smaller influence score. So the more you have, the better you do. In short, you want to secure these regions for yourself and deny them to your rival. Currently, we have a united front with NATO and the majorities with South Asia and East Asia. Loyalty is earned in several different ways. We can use diplomacy to foster new alliances. We can form and maintain stable trade agreements with that country. We can offer an aid to a coup d'état and change a regime to a friendly one. We can invade the country and change the regime, to one that is more sympathetic to our interests. These ways all have different pros and cons, and skilled players must learn to credibly wield all the tools available. Alright, so click on Libya. Alright. Oh, hello, Mr. Wolf. We only have 5 action points, AP, to spend a turn before the Soviets take their actions. Libya is fiercely loyal to the Soviets. Let's see what we can do about it. The AP costs of these actions are represented as stacks of money. In this case, all available actions cost 1 AP, except for counter spying, which costs 2. So you can see here, got that. Well, we got also deploy agents as 2. Game, don't lie to me. The target icon appears when there's a less than guaranteed chance of success in action. So this one is like, that's not very well, that's going to do it very well. In this case, fueling protests will likely be successful at 85%, but because Libya is strongly aligned with Soviets, diplomacy will likely fail at 10%. Libya has stability level 4. If we can get that stability level to drop, it will be easier to change the regime of the government in power to one more favourable to us. To do this, first we must deploy an agent. Alright, so we need to deploy an agent. Whee! Right, good. You have 3 agents available to you. Now one of them is deployed to Libya. Agents allow you to do 2 special actions: supporting insurgents, initiating coup. Spies can conduct these actions in the country they are in, as well as any adjacent country. Are you alright there, buddy? You Spies are critical, but you need to keep your rival guessing where they're hidden. If they think they know where their spy is operating from, they can conduct a counter-spy action to have it removed permanently from the game. Also, if an enemy spy was already stationed in Libya when you arrived, your spy would also be immediately eliminated. An eliminated spy can never be recovered, and the player will have to make do with fewer options at their disposal. We recommend keeping your spies mobile. Alright, the first step to destabilization of the government is to spread unrest by fueling protests. So, let's do that. Oh, hey! Okay. Music's actually pretty cool there. Good, the protest worked and the country now has stability level 3. Where do I actually see the stability? Is it up here? No, that's not that. I'm not seeing United Front majority. I don't see stability. Is it this? No, that can't be it. That's my spies, I think. This is where our spy comes into play because he gives us some new options. We can fund insurgents and arm those who are opposed to the current pro-Soviet Libyan government. The 50% next to the bullseye, so you see here, indicates that we have a 50-50 chance of destabilizing the Libyan government by 1 level. There's also a 60% chance that Soviets will detect its action. 60%, but it says 50. And if they do, they may demand that we stop. Let's try now. Okay. See what happens. Oh. Brush fire conflict. What just happened there? When funding insurgents, a critical fail may result in another unrelated country being destabilized instead. A brush fire conflict. Only you know this as a brush fire conflict, and this may provide an opportunity for misdirection, as your rival has no way of knowing if that destabilization was intentional or not. Let's try again. It's just going to do it for me, isn't it? Excellent. Libya is a little less stable now. Let's not overplay our hand. Our rival isn't quite certain which country we're more interested in yet. Let's see if there is any countries in need of resources that we can easily provide. Click on Demands Lens. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Demands Lens. Appears Pakistan is in need of food, and we're conveniently in position to supply it. Click on Pakistan, then as an action donate 50. Because you can see here we've got a +2, so we can click use. And send 20. Hello there, Mr. Goat. Have some food. Ooh, and it turned blue. That helped earn Pakistan's loyalty. Country demands are unpredictable, but they can be a lucrative way to earn the favour of a nation. You gain resources from all the resource-producing countries that are strongly loyal to us. Some countries also have trade demands where they're seeking one copy of a resource and will give you a copy of a different resource in return. Entering into trade agreements with a country promises that you will continuously provide the resources, and it will keep that country stable, +3 plus stability, for 8 turns. If you succeed, your relationship with that country will automatically improve. Ah, excellent. Alright, so you can learn what resources and how many countries are producing for every turn by clicking on the countries and the resource lens. So, which one is the resource lens? Trade agreements, manufacturing, stability. Nope. This is our last remaining action this turn. Now we must click end turn and see if the Soviets can pin that Libyan destabilization to us. Alright. Oh, okay. They're actually... the Soviet Union has invaded the sovereign nation of Pakistan. How do you wish to respond? Protest in a diplomatic note. Okay, let's see. Let's do that. Responded stronger relationship with Pakistan by invading the country. This is incredibly reckless of them, but it provides an opportunity to show the power of escalation. With 2 choices, do nothing or demand their forces retreat from Pakistan. Let's demand their immediate withdrawal now and demand... Okay, there we go. The Soviet Union has issued a démarche with manufactured justifications for actions that are destabilizing international peace and security. Showing weakness in the front of the Soviet Union now will only bolster communist momentum and cause you to lose influence with Gulf states and Greece. Present case to United Nations. I think we're going to do it. If the stakes get too high before somebody backs down, we may end up in a nuclear war that neither side will win. This is an unacceptable outcome. It's dangerous, but we simply can't accept the invasion of our close Pakistan allies. Bring before the Union. Soviet Union has plainly stated that it will not be bullied by the United States and the United Nations or anywhere else. Showing weakness in front of the Soviet Union now will only bolster them. Oh, Jesus. Make you lose influence. They're not backing down. We have to threaten to use force. This is okay. In the interest of preventing global wars, Soviet Union has reserved that. So the Soviets have backed down and withdraw their forces from Pakistan. That was too close. Had we escalated further, we may well could have ended up in a nuclear war. The worst possible outcome. First, let us return our attention to Libya and finish what we started. Excellent. Okay, back to Libya we go. Gotta finish the destabilization. Let's do this. You've lowered the country's stability enough that we can spend free AP to attempt a coup. If we succeed, the country is ours. Okay, if we fail, we push the country into the hands of Soviet enemies. Our odds of success aren't great, but sometimes you gotta roll a hard one. Attempt a coup. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we got it. Okay, success. Libya is ours. We have 1 AP left and no major plans on the way, so it might be a good time to look at our domestic situation. Right, what have we got here? There are 2 things you should be aware of when it comes to your home country. First, you must keep an eye on your domestic unrest mentioned earlier. Unrest increases when standoffs against Soviet Union regularly escalate to dangerous levels. The public will start to think you're going to plunge them into nuclear war and they won't stand for it. Unrest also increases when your nation finds itself in several long protracted wars. If the United States is constantly in a state of war, the public appetite for conflict will wane and their leadership will suffer. The other thing is you should be aware of is that you can always spend AP on space race in hopes of beating the Soviets to the moon. Putting a satellite in space will give you access to better intelligence in countries that will fall under the satellite's flight path, and also make it a little easier to eliminate rival spies in those same countries. Putting an American on the moon first will move the victory marker closer to us by 2 steps. So, okay, go ahead and spend on advancing that. Okay, there we go. Whee! Okay, so we get 8 pence out, you get 20%. Notice that America has moved a little bit up the orbital satellite track. Every little bit helps. With all our action points spent, that coup was expensive. Let's end our turn and see what they get up to. Alright, let's see. Oh. Okay, what the hell? Soviet Union has formed a defense pact with Cuba. This seems a bit... history. Station a large quantity of troops there. How do you wish to respond? So let's ignore these developments for now. Okay. Soviets placing troops in countries that are loyal to him has only one purpose: preventing our invasion of these countries. American and Soviet troops may never directly fight each other. Doing so would escalate the Cold War into a total war between 2 nuclear-armed rivals. We have 3 spies to work with, and so do the Soviets. It's possible those spies are out there in the world now, so it would be prudent to try and figure out where they are. Finding and killing a spy is game-changing play. Agents are not only essential for coups and insurgencies, having them in reserve also increases the likelihood that your rivals' own coups and insurgencies become challengeable. Losing spies seriously limits your options. We'll have to watch where insurgency and coup actions are happening to start narrowing down enemy spy locations. We also have another tool in our toolkit. We can find out what regions are known to have spies in them by infiltrating the KGB. Oh, click on Soviet... Oh, do we really want to do this? Okay. Regions where Soviet Union agents are deployed. By infiltrating KGB, you get a report of what regions contain at least 1 Soviet spy. In this case, there's at least 1 spy somewhere in South America. There's a lot of possibilities, so for now, we may want to keep our own spies out of there. Remember, entering an area occupied an enemy spy will result in your spy's death, and the enemy spy will be returned to their reserves. While invading a country is considered a very extreme measure in Precipice, it would be prudent to cover it next in this tutorial. We're going to launch an all-out invasion of Vietnam. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Oh, hello. Invade. Alright. We're invading. We will bury you! When we invade a country, we don't know what kind of resistance we will face until we are already committed to the conflict. Sending in a single troop costs a single action point, and every additional troop at the onset of the war will cost an additional action point. In all following turns, however, sending additional troops costs 2 action points, so it's far better to commit the troops you need in the turn you first invade. Also, the act of invading will eliminate most of our options there until we can establish. When you commit your first troop, you'll see the size of the defending army, which is anything between 1 and 6 troops. You have a maximum of 7 troops to secure the world with. Wars are waged as battle of attrition. After every turn, you have 1 in 3 chance of losing your troop, and the invaded country has 2 in 3 chance of losing theirs. If your troops are the last ones left in the country, the old regime is changed to one loyal to your interests. If you run out of troops to secure the country, you are left defeated and humiliated. While you're at it, while you are at war, your domestic unrest levels will rise. Unlike spies, troops are killed every round. Return to your troop reserve, representing a new wave of eager recruits. Every war can be won, but it is a question of how long it will take, how much unrest you will experience, and how many action points you will need to be committed to make it happen. There is one further complication, however. Of course there is. Of course there is. Your rival can intervene in wars by training the armies of the invaded country, known as aiding partisans. If you choose to spend 1 AP, you are likely to lose your troop as they are. For 3 AP, your troops are at a disadvantage. Unfortunately, these kind of actions can never be detected, but at least you can always do the same thing to them. So send a total of 4. Okay, invade, invade, invade. Occasionally, events will occur in Precipice that affect both superpowers. These could be geopolitical changes outside of your control or special situations that require your attention. If one of these situations arises, fulfilling the demanded objective will bring the victory point goal closer to you. Go ahead and click the new world event that has arisen. It is the button with the exclamation mark on the right side of the screen. So this thing. Coalition of Arab states led by Egypt and Syria have launched a surprise attack on Israel held. Okay, that's interesting. We're out of action points. End our turn. Oh, we're not doing anything. Your intelligence service has uncovered compelling evidence that Soviet Union is supporting the rebellion in the sovereign state of Brazil. How do you wish to respond? Apparently, have to ignore. Assuming there's only one spy there, and that spy didn't relocate between actions, it can be one of 4 locations. At 2 AP per guest, we can afford a couple counter-spy operations. We might be fortunate and end up assassinating that spy. So click on Peru. Let's go to Peru and click on counter-spy. Pop! Nope. No luck there. Let's take another guess. Counter-spy in Venezuela. Look at this! Come on! Oh, there we go. Excellent! 1 up. Before we go, we should know that if you or your rival find yourself inclined to press that big red button and bring about mutual assured destruction, is this a possibility between 1 and 20% that your orders will fail. Instead of forcing a mutual loss, you'll be immediately removed from power and prompt a victory for the other side. There is no way for you to win if you launch those weapons, but keep in mind that there's a possibility that may or may not be remote that your rival will. And just to keep things interesting, both you and your rival can see exactly what that probability is for the other player. This concludes the tutorial. We've covered a lot here, but all these rules are also captured in rules guide, so you got a nice wee rule guide up there. Alright, so can I just carry on? Oh no, we've got to... Okay, let's get in this. So, start. Let's do a little bit of this before. You know, we could actually... I mean, yeah, let's see what this is like. See if there's any difference. I mean, I suppose they're going to have generally the same thing and everything. Select 3 perks. Ooh. Oh, we get perks. Okay, so it's a good thing we came in here. So, yes, our detection of clandestine activities in Afghanistan includes improved by 30%. Argentina, Bulgaria, China improved. I think we should click one of them. And Utopia, Finland, North Korea, Iran, Poland. US cannot deploy agents into Gulf states. Yep. US can't deploy into... Oh, there's so many of these things. Holy crap. What are these purple things? Perk not yet obtained. Huh? Okay. It's a detection of clandestine. US can't deploy. I think I'm going to go with... Not Thailand. Not Thailand. Not Thailand. Actually, let's do that. Alright. This is not a war game. Both you and your rival possess the necessary firepower to annihilate each other with the push of a button. The path to victory required diplomacy, subterfuge, misdirection, and a lot of bravery. Right, so this is our troops, this is our agents, this is what we're at. Alright, it's my turn. Let's see. Diplomacy. Time is not right now. Fine. That's Finland. Right, so let's see. We got a blue over here. What about this? We want to do diplomacy. Of course, my friend. Yes, excellent. Okay. Can we do it again? Do it again. Did that work? Nope. Alright. Gonna just end our turn and see what you get up to. You're pouring money into that. United States is investing in Turkey, investing in West Germany. Okay, that's... Oh. Alright. So we don't have any food at the moment. We could, however, do a space race. I'm kind of curious of what happens if we do the space race. Like, kind of thump on that right now. Oh. America is invading Britain. Huh. Wait, no. Yes. United States has formed a defense pact with United Kingdom and has stationed a large quantity of troops there. How do you wish to respond? Let's do this. United States has issued a demarche with manufactured justifications for actions that are destabilizing international peace and security. Showing weakness in front of the United States now will both and lose influence in Madagascar. Present case to United Nations. United States are plainly stated that they will not be bullied by... Oh, nope. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Okay, that actually... Well... I guess that was a good way to show you what will happen if the nuclear war breaks. The nuclear war is broken out between the two superpowers. Nobody survives the radiation, global cooling, and nuclear winter. Your legacy is irrelevant. Everything is lost. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for this Smash Look at Precipice. I believe I'm saying that somewhat correctly. Thank you very much for watching and Smash Look at it, though. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing at Smash Gaming, be sure to hit the subscribe button and come back for more. See you all next time.